What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Now, there is this confusion that Naira traders do have, all right, when it comes to the 50% maximum profit level for the newly launched, large accounts on Naira Trader, which is the 1.5 million and the 3 million accounts. So in this video, I'm going to break down that 50% and explain how it actually works, all right, so that you know how to trade these accounts, knowing what they stand for. Now, this is a confusion with a lot of people who are getting accounts for the very first time in Naira. In fact, some people are going for two 800k accounts or two 600k accounts because they don't clearly understand that what that 50% rule stands for. So I'm going to first of all show you where that is stated. So once you go to your dashboard, all right, and you go to buy accounts, you see the list of accounts over here and their prices. Then I'm going to be using the 3 million as an example. It's still the same thing with the 1.5 million, but I'm just use the 3 million so that it's very easy to explain. Now, once you click on buy now, there is a term that is going to pop up, all right, and they will tell you to read it. So over here you can see it say abeg agree first. So I just love the way these guys use pidgin English to do that, so you make everything very relatable and stuff. So yeah, so here it says maximum profit is 50%, and it goes further to say make maximum of 50% profit, cash out, then repeat unlimited times. Now it said any profit above 50% of in this case now 3 million accounts or 1.5 million accounts will be removed, but it is not a violation. Now I'm going to illustrate this, all right, using figures so that it will be easy for us to understand. Now what they are simply saying there, right, let me just explain it over here using these write-ups. Now let's say, for example, right, you have a 3 million naira account, right? This is 3 million. So this is the account you purchased and you pass the account. Now you are in your funded phase. Now, after you get funded, now let's say you make a profit, all right, of 1.5 million, right? 1.5 million, which is 50% of 3 million. Now, you can request for payouts. You can still request for payouts even if, let's say, you make even if you make 1 million, even if you make 1 million, right? Even if you make 1 million, you can still request for payouts. But the maximum amount you can make then request for payouts is 1.5 million. Now, what this simply means is that if you make any amount above this 1.5 million, let's say, for example, you make 1.7 million, all right, so let's say trade went very well and maybe you didn't use a particular take profit target and you went above your target and gave you more profit. Now, it is not a violation, just like they said over here, all right, any profit above 50% is not a violation. What they will do is that when you are requesting for payouts, all right, they are going to calculate, they are going to remove 200k out of this 1.7 million as an invalid profit, or it's not going to be recorded. So what is going to be considered inside this 1.7 million is going to be 1.5 million. So your payout is going to look like this. 1.5 million is going to look like this. 1.7 million, right? Then they will minus the 200,000, which is the excess, because the 50% there maximum is 1.5. So once they minus it, you are going to get your 50%, which is now 1.5 million. So this simply means that your calculation, all right, in terms of payouts now, is going to be based on 1.5 million, not 1.7 million. So this now is going to be divided by 0.7, which is 70%. So 70% of 1.5 is what you will now be paid. All right. Now, if you check 70% of 1.5, 7, that's going to give you 1,050,000. So you are now going to, so what your total payout is going to be, your total payout or net payouts will now be equal to 105,0,123. So this is what your total payout is going to look like. All right, that's if you make above the 1.5 million. Now, if you below the 1.5 million, let's say for example you just make 1 million, but remember you have to make more than at least 10% of that account. All right, so the minimum you can make before you place withdrawal is going to be 300k, which is 10%. So let's say for example you make 900k, which is which is um 30% now, right? You can still request for payout. So just because you make more than 50% of your 1.5 million account or 3 million account does not mean you violated. It simply means that once you hit 50% as the maximum withdraw or request for payouts, your account will go back to the initial balance, then you go all over again. Now, for every other account, right, the maximum is 100%. So you once you hit 100%, it is still the same formula. The only difference is that the 200k all the way to the 800k, the maximum is 100%, while the maximum here is 50%, but still the same thing. If you make less than 100% here, you can still play for withdrawal or place for request for payout, but you must make at least minimum of 10% in every of those accounts before you can request for payout. But if you make more than the maximum profit level, your payouts will be calculated based on the maximum profit level. So that's basically what that rule stands for. So if you still have any questions concerning these accounts and some of the rules, let me know in the comment section and I'll create a video about it, explaining it for you to understand. All right. Take care, guys, and do have a lovely trading week ahead. Bye.